From a famous singer having the words "suck it" tattooed on the inside of her lips, to one who has bacon tattooed on her leg, we take a look at 20 of the weirdest celebrity tattoos ever. Number 20. Marc Jacobs. Designer Marc Jacobs has a couple of tattoos that South Park fans will really appreciate. A character from South Park, Eric Cartman, has several stuffed toys. Two that he's been seen playing with on several occasions are Clyde Frog and Rumpurtumpskin. Marc Jacobs, or Muscleman Marc, has tattoos of both of them. As a matter of fact, that's how Marc Jacobs became Muscleman Marc. After learning of Jacobs' tattoos, the creators of South Park added Muscleman Marc to Cartman's stash. Since the addition to Cartman's collection, Jacobs has added to his collection too, getting the Muscleman Marc doll tattooed on his own arm. Number 19. Johnny Depp. Lots of people roll the dice and get a partner's name tattooed on their body. Johnny Depp was no exception, but like many others, his relationship came to an end. Rather than going through the pain and financial investment of having it erased, he decided to get a bit creative. His original tattoo read Winona Forever, as his partner was well-known actress Winona Ryder. With a simple alteration, his Winona Forever tattoo now simply reads Wino Forever. There's a tattoo we can all drink to. Number 18. Jesse Hughes. Jesse Hughes is the frontman for the band The Eagles of Death Metal, and he is, not surprisingly, heavily tattooed. The ink which brings him the most pride is a piece of a pigeon excreting on his arm. How did he end up with such a unique tattoo? Here's the story. The Eagles of Death Metal were opening for Guns N' Roses, whose famous frontman, Axl Rose, is not known to mince words. He quickly kicked them off the tour, and one time even asked the audience if they were into the band The Pigeons of Shit Metal. As a result, Hughes decided to get a tattoo of a pigeon excreting on his arm, and even included a banner with Axl's new name for the band. Hughes is quoted as saying, "It's like having Hitler write you a letter that says, 'You suck.' It was awesome." Number 17. Louis Tomlinson. Louis Tomlinson was so proud of one of his lines in the song Little Things that he felt a tattoo to commemorate it was in order. The line which provided this inspiration was, "You can't go to bed without a cup of tea." So what kind of tattoo do you think he got? You guessed it, a cup of tea. So it's kind of a strange choice to begin with, but the fact that it looks like it was designed by a 4-year-old doesn't really help. It's true that people get lyrics tattooed on themselves all the time, but a hot beverage tattoo? This may be the first. Number 16. Ryan Gosling. Actor Ryan Gosling may be known for his stylish look, but his tattoos don't exactly follow suit. If you happen to see his arms, you may think that a kid got a hold of some Sharpie markers and started to draw randomly. It turns out that he actually designed these tattoos himself, but he's apparently not the slightest bit embarrassed with the odd results that ended up tattooed on his arms. You'll notice that one is supposed to be a monster's hand dropping a bloody heart, but even Ryan has admitted it looks more like a cactus. Number 15. Cara Delevingne. English singer, actress, and fashion model Cara Delevingne has a tattoo of one of her greatest loves located on the bottom of her right foot. No, it's not a family member, and it's not a husband or partner. This mysterious love is bacon. Not a picture of a pig, not even a picture of a slice of bacon. Just the word bacon. She's been on social media several times professing her love for meat, but she's taken it a step further by justifying her decision for the tattoo, saying, quote, "The tattoo was inspired by my love for bacon, obviously. I think of bacon every 5 seconds. It's the meatiness. I love the salt. Bacon is love to me. Bacon will always love me back. It's unconditional." Now those are some profound words, Cara. Number 14. CHERYL Cole. CHERYL Cole doesn't have the most subtle or the cheapest tattoo on the block. Her huge rose tattoo covers her upper thighs, bum, and the lower half of her back. Taking a total of around 55 hours to complete, this one-of-a-kind piece of body art cost about the same as a small car. One goal in getting this tattoo was to cover up a few others that she had, so going big wasn't by accident. Unfortunately for her, The tattoo was voted worst celebrity body art in a poll last year. Even worse, it's probably not going to look better as she gets older. Number 13. Kelly Osbourne. Kelly Osbourne's made plenty of decisions that have left people scratching their heads over the years, so it's not much of a surprise to see her name on the list. She has several weird tattoos, so she probably could appear on this list more than once. One particularly odd tattoo is the word stories, which is displayed on the shaved side of her head. It's somewhat strange because the word is on a completely shaved section, but there is still hair around the rest of the area. Fortunately for her, if she wanted to cover it up, it would be pretty easy just to grow her hair back out. Number 12. KESHA. The inside of your lip is a pretty bizarre place to get a tattoo, but one nice thing about it is it can be concealed unless you actually want someone to see it. KESHA has just one such tattoo. It clearly says "suck it" inside of her bottom lip. She has described this tattoo as a response to some of her haters, and it's one of just many unique tattoos on her body. She has the word "fun" on the side of her foot, a cat face on her toe, a smiley face on her foot, and the word "yeah" tattooed inside of her right foot. Number 11. Amanda Seyfried. While she may appear to be a sweet and innocent girl, Amanda's choice of tattoos suggest otherwise. Amanda has the word "minge" tattooed on her foot. For those who might be unfamiliar, this is a vulgar British slang for a lady's private parts. So was this some sort of strange mistake? Not at all. She was fully aware of what the word meant. And according to her, it's actually her nickname in England, after she heard Colin Firth using the word on the set of Mamma Mia. Oh, that Colin Firth. Though it's quite an odd choice for a tattoo, at least she can get a laugh out of it every time she looks at it. Number 10. Brad Pitt. When you see the tattoo on the lower half of Brad Pitt's back, you may think there's some sort of profound meaning or message. And as it turns out, you would be wrong. This tattoo of a series of squiggly lines is something that his then-wife Angelina Jolie drew on his back when they were bored. He seemed to get a kick out of it, so he got it permanently tattooed. Most people would be made fun of if they took some doodle on their body and turned it into a permanent tattoo. But for Brad Pitt to get one from Angelina Jolie, we guess they're just held to a little different standard. Number 9. Jackson Rathbone. You've heard the story before. A night on the town, a few drinks, and before you know it, someone gets their partner's name or even their face tattooed on their body. Twilight's Jackson Rathbone has a slightly different story. Rather than having one of his loves tattooed on his body, his choice was a huge Heinz ketchup bottle on his lower leg. Rathbone confesses that his dad used to say, "Do you want a little hamburger with that ketchup?" And he laughs each time he tells the story of his love for ketchup. Number 8. DAPPY. This former N-Dubz rapper has earned quite a reputation for some rather absurd things he's done in his time. Take this bizarre face tattoo for example. Like many, you may cringe when you see this hashtag tattoo on his face. The 27-year-old explained the reasoning for this decision, stating, on Twitter of course, "By the way, the reason I got a hashtag tatted on my face was simply to make sure it stays trending forever." Number 7. Steve-O. This Jackass star has dozens of weird tattoos. Given what we know of him, this is not very surprising. The enormous self-portrait he has on his back with the text, "Yeah dude, I rock," is probably his most notable piece of ink. It even features his signature underneath. While it's not necessarily uncommon for people to get portrait tattooed, many people get them done of family members or partners. But Steve-O's picture of himself with 2 thumbs up is definitely unique. Number 6. Rod Gilbert. Comedian Rod Gilbert had something to prove, mainly, quote, how pointless tattoos are. His choice? A flaming Battenberg cake tattooed on his shoulder. This insane tattoo resulted in a tour for the Welsh comedian, which was appropriately titled "The Man with the Flaming Battenberg Tattoo." We can say with confidence that Gilbert is the only person in the world with a tattoo quite like this one. Number 5. Marquis Daniels. This NBA player may not be one of the most famous, But it would be hard to leave him off this list because of this disturbing tattoo. And because of the NBA uniforms, it's quite difficult to cover up, which makes it even more notable. The tattoo features a character with a shotgun in its mouth, pulling the trigger with its toe. In addition, the text "Only the strong survive" is featured behind the blood spraying out of the back of his head. Each time he looks at his arm, Daniels has to see this graphic image. Even worse, it's on constant display for kids and everyone else to see. Number 4. Jamie Foxx. As you can see from several previous examples, head tattoos are pretty strange. Most tattoos are painful, but getting one on the head might cause a little higher degree of pain. Actor Jamie Foxx is someone who apparently didn't mind it. The back of Foxx's head features a tribal design, and since his hair is generally grown out enough, most people will rarely see it. But don't think that he's ashamed or trying to hide it. Quite often you'll see him with a shaved head displaying it proudly. Number 3. Mike Tyson. Admit it, you knew Tyson was going to be on this list, you just weren't sure how high it would be. In perhaps one of the most famous celebrity tattoos, Mike Tyson stunned and shocked people in 2003 by getting a facial tattoo similar to the Maori tribe, which is supposed to represent his warrior status. Be honest, does anyone really need to be reminded of Tyson's warrior status? While many are intrigued by the tattoo, just as many are scared or alarmed when they see his face coming towards them. When the movie The Hangover Part 2 came out, Tyson's tattoo artist actually sued Warner Brothers because a character in the movie had the same tattoo. The case was later settled out of court. Number 2. Gucci Mane. Anyone considering getting a tattoo should think very carefully about it. If you're considering getting one on your face, you should maybe think even more carefully. Even with modern tattoo removal technology, there really is no going back once you get a face tattoo. It will literally become your identity, the first thing that people notice about you. That being said, getting a giant ice cream cone tattoo covering your entire cheek? Probably not the best design. Clearly harboring a different opinion, Gucci Mane's features 3 scoops of ice cream in a cone, with the word "Burr" tattooed on the cone. When asked about the word "burr" on the cone, his response was, "I'm so icy, I'll make you say burr." Number 1. Dennis Rodman. While not nearly as prominent on the scene as he used to be, Dennis Rodman's appearance on this list was, let's face it, inevitable. He was very well known for his unique and alternative style, his colorful hairstyles, multiple face piercings, and yes, even wearing a wedding dress. The former NBA star is also heavily tattooed, and on his back is quite a shocking piece even for this guy. He's quite a large man to begin with, and this giant tattoo covering most of his back shows a naked woman with her legs spread apart who is, well, you can see for yourself. Many people have no doubt been amazed, disgusted, and shocked at this tattoo, but at the end of the day, that's probably exactly what the worm was looking for.